Oh wow, that fourth quarter was ugly. But Los Angeles Clippers, Suns, Game 4. Suns, they survived the ugly fourth quarter. Well, it was ugly for both teams. There was only a combined 7 field goals made. Both teams didn't make a single three, and they combined for 29 points. So, yeah, the tell of the tape is the fourth quarter, how it was pretty ugly. This Clippers had 12 chances against the Suns to potentially tie the game or lead. They missed all 12 shots. I know Paul George's gonna get killed on Twitter. I already see Pandemic P trending. And yeah, he was bad tonight, but he wasn't the only one bad tonight. Booker is pretty bad tonight. Chris Paul was bad too. But the Suns win. Well, they won, so it doesn't matter if they were bad tonight. Only problem Booker had really was he had some really dumbass fouls, and they caught up with him eventually. Thankfully, they don't lose the game because he didn't like foul out with a minute left. And I would think, well, the Clippers should be able to tie the game and potentially win, but they couldn't get it done. Paul George, I think he was like 5 for 20. He only made 1 3, so it's not that he had a bad shooting night really, but he has to like make more than 1 3. Because that's like a strength of his game, him being really good at perimeter, and he only made 1 shot. Missed some late free throws, which is unfortunate because he's like, what, a high 80s free throw percent shooter throughout the regular season, and he's in a slump because he's shooting around 72% for this series. So yeah, he's obviously thinking about it a bit too much, and it's costed them potentially 2 games. DeMarcus Cousins, with the intentional miss, he just hit it off the backboard, and that's a violation. He didn't clank it off the rim, so yeah, that was a bad turnover. And what the Suns did that was very smart, even though it is pretty boring, is they fouled every time the Clippers got the ball when they're up 3. Because not only did they know that Paul George could be shaky at the line, and he was, because he did miss some of these free throws. It also just makes it harder for the Clippers to beat them, because you got guys like Chris Paul or Devin Booker before he fouled out. They're great at the free throw line. Devin Booker only missed 2 free throws the entire series, and he missed both in the night. And Chris Paul has made his last like 36 in a row. So yeah, they have great free throw shooters. The Clippers, they can now shaky free throw shooters. And them fouling while they were up 3, very smart. I can't get mad at it. I mean, it's something I advise teams to do. You can take care of the ball and make your free throws. And yeah, it was very smart because it paid off. Did it drag the game out a bit? Absolutely. But another thing that happened was the same call with the ball handler, the defender reaches in, swipes the ball, it goes out. They didn't review it this time, and I get why. It's because fans, and rightfully so, fans in the media, they complained about the game taking 30 minutes when there was only 2 minutes left. And tonight they said, alright, we won't review it. Even though the play should have been reviewed and it should have been out on the Suns because it hit Payne's hand last technically. You just gotta be consistent with the officiating. Like, that's my biggest problem with the NBA's officiating. They're just not consistent with it at all. So I also talk about the amount of physicality they're using on Devin Booker. Yeah, they didn't call it that way when the Lakers were playing the Suns. So I don't get why they're so inconsistent, or just like a game-to-game basis. Yeah, we'll make this call and review it in one game, but not the other. I don't get that. They gotta be more consistent with their officiating, because I don't think the NBA has bad officiating. Like, the last time I saw bad officiating really was when the NFL had all those replacement refs, and you had the things like the Fail Mary happen. But it's mainly just them being inconsistent when it comes to officiating. So they gotta improve that. But definitely a good game. Very tense and ugly in the fourth. Again, both teams only combined for 29 points. They were 7 for 38. 0 threes made, and they had a stretch from both teams like 4 minutes when no one scored a bucket. But yeah, Paul George was bad. He's gonna get killed on Twitter. And Devin Booker, he took his mask off later in this game. Maybe he'll put it back on the next one. Not entirely too sure. But it's a good game, and I do see the Clippers closing out. Well, not the Clippers. Well, I do see them getting closed out in 5 at Phoenix on Monday. So you got Phoenix advance to the finals hopefully on Monday, and we'll see what the Bucks do tomorrow against the Atlanta Hawks. But with that out the way, y'all stay safe, and I'm out.